Indie Mogul.
Welcome to this week's Movie Math. Here are today's headlines. Vampire Suck looks to drain some of Twilight's box office blood. Avatar back on the big screen. Universal's Battleship movie is under fire. And of course, the weekend box office. Now let's get started. Twilight, the movie franchise that put some entertainment on the map and forever changed the Hollywood landscape. It also happens to be one of the most universally hated franchises of all time. So while Team Edward and Team Jacob were serviced earlier this summer with Twilight Eclipse, now Team Go Away finally gets their movie with Vampire Suck. The film is written and directed by the guys who brought you Date Movie, Epic Movie, and Meet the Spartans, all of which performed reasonably well at the box office. But with this kind of target, will 20th Century Fox finally make Scary Movie level money? Yes, Scary Movie is the franchise that inspired the return to the spoof genre, which was once single-handedly upheld by Leslie Nielsen. Interestingly though, the Twilight movies have taken to spoofing themselves, with several jokes in Eclipse, and the cast appearing in numerous spoofs for the MTV Movie Awards and the like. Who will have the last laugh? Who knows? Maybe Twilight is silly enough and popular enough for everybody to have a good time. Twilight isn't the only thing Fox is looking to suck dry. They're also sinking their fangs back into Avatar. You've seen the movie, bought the DVD, seriously considered buying a 3D television to watch that DVD, and now, will you buy another movie ticket? As the summer movie season fades to black, Fox is re-releasing Avatar Special Edition in theaters for a limited time starting August 27th. Cameron's reasoning behind the re-release is that, quote-unquote, audiences repeatedly told me they wanted more of Pandora and wish they could have stayed there longer, so we're making that possible. Yes, synchronize your watches because this trip to Pandora will be 9 minutes longer. 9 minutes? What can you possibly see in 9 minutes? Well, Cameron promises new creatures, new action scenes, and the long-rumored alien sex scene. But we still won't get to see that much blue skin, as Cameron says the sex scene is only extended by about 20 to 30 seconds. And if all the extra footage is parsed out that way, it could end up making for a very frustrating Where's Waldo-esque movie experience. Will you pay to spend an extra 9 minutes on Pandora? And if you did, was it worth the second trip? And for those of you who already bought the DVD, the special edition DVD comes out in November. Come on! The navy might be blue, but for Cameron and company it seems to be all about the green. Oh no! Universal's Battleship is very close to being sunk. Rumors are swirling that the studio is worried the $200 million film won't be able to stay afloat without any real star power. The film, which begins shooting this month, stars Taylor Kitsch, Alexander Skarsgård, Rihanna, and Tom Arnold. But hey, if you've seen True Lies, then you know Tom is one of the best things in this movie's arsenal right now. That said, Kitsch is poised for superstar in the summer of 2012, with both Battleship and John Carter of Mars being released. Skarsgård has been making audiences blood boil on True Blood, and Beyoncé certainly didn't hurt Austin Powers in Goldmember. As for director Peter Berg, he's already sold Universal on his Aliens vs. the U.S. Navy storyline for the movie, and his last movie, Hancock, dominated at the box office. But was that all Will Smith's doing? Hasbro can boast they've made over $1 billion off of Battleship since the 1940s, but that's what a blockbuster movie can make in just one summer these days. Will Universal? I'm sure they're hoping they've got another Transformers on their hands and not another G.I. Joe. Audiences went old school this weekend as two movie stars of yore returned to the top of the box office. In the #1 spot was Sylvester Stallone with The Expendables, proving that a quantity of 80s action stars makes for a quality performance at the box office. Debuting with $35 million, that's Stallone's biggest opening ever. That's also Jason Statham's biggest opening ever, while it comes close for Jet Li. The rest of the cast, though, was just happy to be working. Yes, it was sweet revenge for a group of actors Hollywood thought was down for the count, but in fact are still in fighting shape. Holding steady throughout the weekend, and with audiences giving the movie a big thumbs up, The Expendables could have a very bright future ahead of it, especially internationally. Stallone is even already talking sequel. Welcome back, Sly. Clearly, a lot of us missed you. Meditating in second place was Eat, Pray, Love with a debut of $23.7 million, considerably more than the debut of Julia Roberts' last starring film Duplicity. And while Roberts might still be lacking the firepower of her heyday, she's playing it smart and keeping her budget low. Eat, Pray, Love cost just $60 million to make, while many big stars mistakenly insist on bloated budgets even when trying to make a comeback. I'm looking at you, Tom Cruise. In third place, The Other Guys confiscated another $18 million from audiences, giving the Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg comedy an impressive haul of $17 million in just its second weekend. The film is well on its way to matching Ferrell's other big hits and might even make Ricky Bobby money. In fourth place was Inception, which dreamt of another $11 million for a total of $248 million so far. Worldwide, the movie has made almost $500 million, giving Nolan that rare status of a director who is both critically and financially successful. And now for the sad news. Debuting in fifth place was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World with $10.5 million. That's about half what Kick-Ass opened with, and it's rumored that Scott Pilgrim cost 3 times as much to make, not including its advertising budget. I hope Michael Cera saved the $6 to $7 million he was apparently paid to star in the film, because it's unlikely he'll ever get another payday like that again after this dismal performance. Director Edgar Wright's chances of survival are a tad better because he already has Ant-Man lined up, unless Marvel takes it away from him, which they might seriously be considering after this opening. It is indeed a sad, sad day for comic book fans. And in the future, the next time someone offers you a ticket to a free screening of a movie, remember that is hurting the movie down the line. Never has the importance of paying to see a movie been more apparent. As for the rest of the box office, Step Up 3D continued to dance for a dwindling audience, falling 58% from its opening weekend. Salt crossed the 100 million mark, and Dinner for Schmucks looks to be Steve Carell's worst performing big Hollywood film ever. Maybe it's not too late to sign on for another season of The Office. And that's this week's box office. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math.
Subscribe, comment, rate it.